Oh, hi there. How are you doing? I am just finishing up my makeup, and once I am done, I want to talk to you about life. That's how we do it here. I'm using the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara, and I love this mascara. It's my go-to. So how are you doing? How was your weekend? Comment how your weekend was. I love reading all of your comments, by the way. Okay. I wanted to update you on the photo shoot that Michael and I did, my experience test driving a Tesla, and I'll talk about Michael and I's plan, or our where we're headed. So we have a lot. I have a lot that I want to share with you. Starting with the let's start with the Tesla, because it's kind of like off topic, but so some backstory. Michael works at a place where his coworkers are trying to convince him to buy a Tesla because all of them have Teslas. And right now, Michael drives a 2014 Camry, and I drive a 2016 Camry. So he has about 125,000 miles, and I have 80,000 miles. So we're still pretty good because Camrys last forever. And I'm planning on driving my Camry as long as I can. So my original goal was 300K, but I wanna, I don't know if I'm gonna reach that. So my secondary goal is 200,000 miles. And I think that's still doing really well. So anyway, we test drove the Tesla at the Americana, and first we had to sign up online for an appointment, and we did it 30 minutes back to back. So our appointment was at 2 for the Model 3, and then for Model Y it was at 2:30. So the Model 3 is the sedan version, and the Model Y is the SUV version of the Tesla. The Model S is the fancy version of the sedan, and the Model X is the fancy version of Model Y. And the acronym is S3XY. So, so we test drove the Tesla Model 3 first, and that car does not have any of the controls for the blinkers. So we didn't like that, but we did test drive the automatic driving, self-driving mode, and that's what we were mainly interested in, because there really, for me, there isn't a point of getting a Tesla besides the energy efficiency or gas efficiency and the self-driving mode. I mean, that self-driving mode is the main thing. And that was a really smooth ride, and we really enjoyed the Model 3. And then, but we like the Model Y more because it has the turn signals. That has like the little LED, the little thing where you can go down for left turn and turn up for the right turn. But everything else is based on the monitor or the computer, basically. And so if you want to drive, then you have to, on the top left of the screen, you have to swipe up, and then if you want to reverse, you have to swipe down. So and if you want to park, I think you have to like click it, something like that. So it's not super intuitive. I wish they would bring the transmission system back, but kind of like a simpler way to do it. Not like my Camry, but maybe like the Prius's way, you know? I think the Prius, it's in the middle. The park is in the middle. And you go like that. You go up for drive, I think, and then this way for reverse. I'm not 100% sure, but I remember driving a Prius, and the transmission was super easy to use. So that's one con, is not having a transmission. And the one con of the Model 3 is not having the turn signals on the left side. Also, the AC unit is everything is controlled by the console. So that's kind of annoying to me, because sometimes I just start driving and then I get hot and I want to turn on the AC. And so I've noticed that in another car that my parents have. It's kind of like that, where everything's controlled in the middle. And I just have the hardest time clicking things. Like, I'm just old, I guess. I feel old when I'm talking about this, but yeah, it's just not easy to use. So I guess I prefer my Camry. And another thing I didn't like is how warm it was in the car, because the glass top, even though it was tinted, allowed enough sunlight in, and it was a hot day. It's LA. Enough sunlight in so that it got like warm. And we had the AC on too. So that was a con for us. But Michael really liked the seat cooler. Like, there's a seat cooler in the back, so his back wasn't sweaty. So they were telling us that we could get a screen, like a mesh screen that you can put above the below the top part, and that will protect us from the heat, but we can still see outside. So I guess that's good. Another good thing is, if you go to the trunk, there's two trunks. There's a frunk and a trunk. And the trunk part, there's two buttons for the back seats to go down. So one of them puts down one seat, and the second button brings down the two-seaters, the two connected seats, so the middle and the left side. So that's really easy to use. And the back seat had a lot of space. Michael can fit diagonally. I think I can fit like straight if I wanted to, but I'm 5'3", so yeah. So we like the Model Y more than Model 3, but we are going to wait until Michael needs to drive to work. That's our plan. And he currently lives across the street from his work, so he walks maybe 200 steps to his work. So it's not going to be until after we move or something, after we start living together and bring our lives together. So yeah, that is our Tesla update, my Tesla update. Let's talk about the photo shoot. So for the hair and makeup, I used the Credo Makeup Studio, and they're on Instagram. Credo Makeup Studio is their name. And then for the photo shoot, I used Joy Theory Co., and that's her Instagram name. And they both did an amazing job. Like, I couldn't believe how amazing Credo Makeup Studio did. So Jessica's the main person in Credo, and she did my hair, and another person did my makeup. And so I showed them a picture for both my hair and my makeup, and I also bought flowers the day before, so then they can put it in my hair. And I went for a peachy bridal look, and I did my hair like half up, and my bangs were like on the side like that, and it had a lot of volume, and it was like wavy. So I really enjoyed that look. And the photo shoot took place at Pasadena City Hall. It's a very common location, and it was a Friday night. So we didn't think there was going to be a wedding there, but there was a wedding at 6:30 on Friday. Like, I'm just now realizing that it was a Friday night. So yeah, it's just weird. So we couldn't go inside the city hall, but we could like take photos outside, and there was a brick building across the street that I wanted to take photos at, so we did that too. And Michael and I practiced some poses beforehand. We practiced the lifting up and kissing, so he had to lift me up from the bottom below my behind, and then I had to like pull down on his shoulders a lot for him to like not be so tired. So that took like several tries, and yeah. I think it went well, but like I'm not really that strong like pulling down on his shoulders either, so I don't know. I just hope that those photos turned out well. We also did a lot of like fun poses, and yeah, it just went by really fast. The only downside was that my feet were hurting so much. Like, I wore these Coach heels that I am going to get rid of because they hurt my feet too much. I've worn them before though, but I don't know, it just hurt a lot. I did put an insert, it might have been that, but I don't know, just those shoes itself just hurt me a lot. They hurt a lot. So I'm on the hunt for another pump, another nude pump that doesn't hurt your feet as much. Alrighty, that's pretty much all I want to say about the photo shoot. And then after the photo shoot, we went to dinner. It was basically our 6-month anniversary dinner at this French restaurant, but anytime we go anywhere, we end up getting pasta. So yeah, that's what we got. We got pasta, and I got escargot. July is my no alcohol month, so it's been pretty good so far. Like, I haven't really been tempted. Sometimes I have been tempted though. Like on Friday when we went out, like I was like, should I get a cocktail? But man, cocktails are expensive in LA. Like, one cocktail was like $17. And I've seen it range from like 15 to 25, you know, like it's just crazy for just alcohol. Anyway, so I think I'm going to continue drinking less. Like, I do like my sexy drinks, and I like a pina colada. I like my Miami Vice. Miami Vice is like half pina colada and half strawberry daiquiri. And that's what we drank a lot. That's the main drink we drank at Live Aqua. So, yeah, I'm just not going to drink as much. And on Sunday, my parents and I went out to dinner because it was my dad's birthday, and usually I'll get like a cocktail that I can share with my mom, but I didn't, and I'm totally fine with that too. Okay, what else do I want to talk about? Let's move on to e-bag update. This is unexpected, but I want to show you this bag that I recently got, and I love her so much. Okay, I've been on the hunt, and let me tell you, on the hunt, like, I've spent so many hours on so many websites, on so many subreddits, looking for the everyday shoulder bag. All right, and I mean like poor Michael, he had to listen to me talk about bags nonstop for what, like 2 months? I don't even know. Ever since a little bit before June, I just started to like get obsessed. So anyway, you know what it is? It was after we came back from vacation because Michael bought me a purse, and so I wanted another purse, but that's like a nighttime purse. So I wanted another purse for like daytime. So let me share with you. Ta-da! After hours and hours and hours of searching, this is the Row N/S Park Tote, and the NS stands for North South Park Tote. So it goes up and down instead of like, it's not as wide. And I love this bag. It's only been, I had it Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So it's only been 4 days, but wow, it just takes my breath away. So, and this is a size small, and it's the color taupe. All right, let me show you what it looks like on the shoulders, just in case you're curious. So I'm 5'3". Yeah. It's so light. It's so easy to use. It's so easy to just grab stuff in and out of here. And my keys don't get lost like I thought it would get lost. So let me show you my key strategy that I just devised. So I bought these magnetic, it's supposed to be a cable organizer. It's a magnetic cable organizer, but I got it on Amazon, and so it came in a pack of 10. And look at this. This is my key, and I use it every day for, you know, I have to use it to start my car. I don't have the start button, but yeah, this works, and I'm just gonna keep it inside so that whenever I need my keys, I just grab my keys and boom. Okay, and then if I want to put it back, I can just do that, and that's it. It doesn't have any pockets, which is why I thought about this before I bought this, and I don't know, we'll see. I love this bag. So I've used it for church, I've used it for going out, I used it for work, and it's amazing. And another thing I really like about this is that if you just feel like carrying it on your wrist, you can. And that, you know, usually what I do, so I leave the office like this, okay? And then when I get to my car, I just bring it down here, and my bag is already open. So that's all I need to do. So let me just take out my keys because it's a little loud. Okay. All right, let me show you what's in the bag though. I have my sunglasses in here. It's my Maui Gems. I think the actual sunglasses are in my car, but the case is here. I have my Tide to Go Lifesaver. I have my Lisa wallet in cotton candy. I have a little pouch, and I don't have too much stuff in here. I just have a lip gloss or lip Vaseline. I have a tape measure. I love this tape measure, by the way. It's just a simple tape measure. It's inches on one side and centimeters on the other. And you just press this button to zip it. I have earplugs. You never know when you need earplugs, like in the car wash, when you go wash your car, or if there's like loud music somewhere. I don't know. You never know. And then I have chapstick. And that's it. I don't have my lotion in here. I've noticed that I don't really use as much lotion anymore because it's hot. I also want to use less lotion because I don't want everything that I touch get oily, like my steering wheel. My steering wheel right now is kind of oily. I also have my my Pixel buds, and I love this. This is super comfortable and really easy to use. I use this almost every day. So yeah, these are things I use every day, and so it's important to me that things are comfortable and it's like no fuss type of thing. It's the Lisa wallet. I bought this on April 17th. So it's already been May, June, July. It's already been 3 months. But I love this wallet, let me just say. Like, it's just the perfect wallet. But there is some wear and tear, like right here. If you look really closely, there's some dark spots. And I don't know where the dark spots are coming from. Maybe from my hand. I wash my hands a lot. But it does fit a lot of stuff. So I have my 4 cards here. I have more cards in here. Let's see how many cards I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Oh my gosh. No wonder it's so heavy. And then I have like cash. So yeah, that's it. And then I have coins. I have so many coins. And then sometimes I keep my earrings in here. You never know, like, when you need a little pouch. So I like this a lot. And you take out the coins in here, though. They're really heavy. And then the Tight to Go. Oh, just amazing. Sunglasses. Boom. What else do I need to put in here? Let me put my keys back in so that I don't forget them. And that's it. Yeah. I love it. It has a little tiny thing here. It says Thoreau on it. And then there's no feet. So this is a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be, because I was reading the dimensions of the bag. This part is going to be like 5 inches or something, and probably is. Let me use my measuring thing. Measuring tape. All right. You know what I should do? I should use $1, but going from here to here, can you see? The top, it is 9 1/4 inch. Okay, and then from the bottom to the top, it's 8.5 inches. And then I'm going to measure the bottom part separately. It is 5 inches, but only this part is 5 inches, and it comes out on the side, so that it's actually more than just 5. Anyway, and then I don't know, I think this part is like 4 inches. They have the dimensions on their website, but let me just check. It's like 4.5. Yeah. So yeah, this is a really good size bag for someone who does not carry too much stuff. Yeah, I do carry my my planner with me sometimes, but I just kept it at work because I don't know, too lazy to bring it back and forth. Okay, so this is $1. Let me just show you what it looks like. All right, that's the size. So it's not too much bigger, but yeah, it's not crazy small. But I will say my first impression was that it's a little smaller than I thought it was going to be. That's always the first impression whenever I see these reviews. But you know what though? It fits a lot more than you think. I am planning on getting the medium size at some point, but the color I want, which is the brown color, they don't have it available. And I know why. It's because this bag sometimes does get a little frustrating how small it is. Like if I need to put my coffee mug in here, my tumbler, and my planner in here, it's gonna be a tight fit, and it goes over actually. So, but I still can crook it in my arm even after it, after I fill it up. So that's good. And you can also just carry it like this. It's honestly so easy to use, and oh, I love it. I love it. I love her. Yeah. After 2 months of searching for the perfect shoulder strap bag, I found her. So that's my review. All right, let's talk about finances and what Michael and I have talked about the past 2 weeks. So I just want to tell you that he and I have talked about a lot of serious topics. We talked about engagement, marriage, finances, what kind of wedding we want, and everything in between in the past 2 weeks. So I want to update you that we are planning on getting married at the end of May. That's the initial plan right now. And this came up in the context of finances because we both are very financially savvy, and we wanted to plan out the next year or 2 years financially. By the way, I just turned my TV off because the YouTube video that I was watching had so many ads, so I'm just going to just turn it off for now. But anyway, so that's the plan, and I kind of started it by saying we're talking about something. And well, first let me back up. So during vacation we spent kind of a lot of money, and he also spent a lot on my birthday present. And so I think he was kind of like a little stressed about spending a lot in the past 2 months. And there were a couple nights when he couldn't sleep, and the next morning, like, he woke up really early and he went through all his credit cards and figured out where his money was going. And then we were starting to talk about like our savings, basically. So I was telling him, like, on our Tuesday track walk, I was saying that we are probably going to have some bigger expenses in the next year or so. And so I'm trying to plan out my finances. And before this, we have talked about investments and 401ks and stuff like that. So we are on a very similar page. We're on the same page in terms of finances. And then we shared with each other our salaries and then our assets. And then we talked about what kind of wedding he wanted, what kind of wedding. He doesn't know what kind of wedding he wants. So I told him what kind of wedding I wanted, and then how much we want to spend in a wedding, and how much we want to spend on an engagement ring. And what else? Oh, I also want to buy him a wedding present. I want to buy him a watch, so we are going to start looking for watches also. That's going to be harder to get than an engagement ring. I'll just say that. Because I feel like an engagement ring, you can kind of specify exactly what you want, and you can get it anywhere you want, you know. Like, we can go to the Diamond District in LA and get something that's a really good deal, you know. Or you could even order it from Costco. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of the summary of, like, where we are. And we also talked briefly about prenups, and I said I didn't want a prenup, and he's like, yeah, I don't want it either. He said it was like a slap in the face, so I was like, yeah, I haven't really, like, thought of it that way, but I just feel like, yeah, like, a prenup just means that you're, like, one foot in and one foot out type of thing. But you know, it's a very controversial topic, and I know that once I get married, I want to spend the rest of my life with him, and that means with any ups or downs, I want to be with that person. So with that being said, though, I need to make sure that the guy is respectful, that he loves me, of course, and that I love him too. So those are all very, very important. Oh, we also talked about homes, like where we want to live. So right now, he lives on the border of San Fernando Valley and San Gabriel Valley. I think that's what it is. It's at the west end of the San Gabriel Valley. And then I'm in the heart of San Gabriel Valley. I'll just say that. In LA. So he said the most east he was willing to go is where I currently am, which is where my parents live, which I am very happy about. I'm like ecstatic that, yeah, I mean, I would live here. So I was like, yeah, we can definitely find a place between where he lives and where I live. And then we were talking about budgets for the home and how much like down payment we would be willing to put in, because you just don't save, typically you just don't save a lot of money, large sums of money within a couple of months. Like it takes time, you know. And so, yeah, that's where we're at. And the type of wedding that I want is a really small one. And I want to spend maximum like 25K. That's the max. And I want it to be about maximum like 50 people. So it's not going to be too crazy. I want it to be like 3 hours long. And I want to end it early. That's kind of what I want. After the photo shoot, I fell asleep at Michael's place. And I've never fallen asleep at his place. Ever. So that was the first. And then I realized, like, you know, after the wedding or after the ceremony and the reception, like, we're both going to be tired. So I would rather have a wedding early and have a lunch maybe. I don't know. Originally I was thinking like 2 p.m. ceremony at church and then dinner at 5 or something, but I don't know. It just seems very long. And I'm going to be tired. Michael's going to be tired. We're all going to be tired. But I know it's not. The wedding isn't for us. It's for my family and his family. So that's where we're at. This coming Sunday, he's going to meet my parents. And my parents said that they didn't want to meet my boyfriend until I got engaged. But I want my boyfriend, I haven't told Michael this, but I want him to ask for my hand for their blessing, you know. So he would have to meet the guy before we get engaged. So it just makes more sense to meet him before we get engaged. And I think that's the right thing to do, I think, in my point of view. I'm going to clean my eyes up a little bit. Alrighty. So yeah, I think we're overall doing really, really well, of course. I mean, I feel like every update I've done, I'm like, yeah, it's going really well. So yeah, we have our routine, and today is Tuesday, track Tuesdays, my bad. And so I'm excited to see him again, and we get to talk about work, anything finance related, or a lot of stuff. So yeah, I just really enjoy my time with him. It's just so fun. And I honestly thought, like, we were over the honeymoon period, but I don't know, maybe I'm not. And it's already been 7 months since he and I met for the first time. We actually started talking to each other on December 19th, which is my parents' wedding anniversary. So that was kind of fun because, I don't know, it's just like a very special day, even though December 19th is a random day. And then we met for the first time on December 24th, the day before Christmas. And you know, the rest is history. Time went by so fast, and I've enjoyed every single moment, even the downsides of the relationship. Honestly, there really wasn't too much downside, but there were a couple things that came up, so we were able to like figure that out really quickly. And there was also like some tension that was building when we were like making small decisions, and I think we're getting better on that. So yeah, I think we're doing pretty well. We have gone through some conflicts, and we've resolved conflict really well. That is the telltale sign of a great relationship, because every relationship is going to have conflict unless someone just like concedes all the time and doesn't really complain about anything. But I feel like that's really hard to find. So the way that we resolve conflict is just really long and calm conversations about things, you know? And you know what makes Michael and I really great is that we're a team, and both of us have a lot of thoughts. And for example, a couple of months ago, he mentioned that we should have a Google Drive, and I thought that he meant that we should put all of our photos in a Google Drive from our respective emails. And then 2 months later, I told him that we should make our own email and then add our photos to the Google Drive, because I was having some issues with like him taking some photos, I take some photos, and our photos are kind of like everywhere on my phone. Like sometimes I can't find them. It's an issue. So yeah, I put all the photos into our email Google Drive. So we created an email with both of our names in it, and we also created a logo. So we created a logo with both of our names, like our initial, like our first initial, the M and the J. We did that maybe like 4 months ago, maybe, I don't remember. So once we created the email, I put that logo as part of the main, you know how like you can add a photo to your email? So I did that. And then on Sunday, we always share our location whenever we're driving to each other. And when Michael shared his location, he used the Michael and Julia email that we have together. Cheers. So I thought that was really sweet. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, in terms of where to live, this is our plan. And it can change at any moment, but I'm pretty sure this is what we're going to go with. So currently I'm living with my parents, and he lives by himself in a 1-bedroom apartment, and I'm planning on moving in with him either like a month or two before we get married or right after we get married. And then we can start looking for a house. Maybe it'll take us like maybe 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, who knows, to look for a house. And then we're going to move all of our stuff to that home. And yeah, that's the goal. Initially, he mentioned that he wanted a kind of a forever home, you know, but I think what he's thinking about is it's kind of like his parents, like where his parents live. It's a little tiny bit less expensive than where we live. And so for the price, you don't really get that much house. So I think we both came to the realization that we have to put a large down payment on a home. And so we're trying to maximize our savings for the next year. And I really like that we're taking that approach. So yeah, I actually wanted to share with you that I started a new channel called Julia Kim 5. And I'm still playing with the name. I don't really know, but my last name is Kim. And 5 is my number. My birthday is June 25th, so I just love the number 5. But I'm going to start a new channel where I review bags, and I also want to talk about some financial stuff because I feel like I'm old enough now and have enough experience where I can kind of guide people a little bit on what they should do with their finances, because that's a topic that I am very interested in, that I don't know, it's just kind of like a secret interest, you know, like I don't really talk to anyone about it. I do talk to my mom a lot about it because she's also very financially savvy. She's also very frugal, and she's been amazing with her finances. So I just want to, you know, help other people get to where I eventually want to go. So I want to share some insight on like my journey, my financial journey. So yeah, I am very excited about that. And so I just started that channel, so it's still growing, but honestly, I really want to help others. That's the main goal of that channel. Same here too. I want to, the purpose of this channel is to help people relax a little bit and also be someone's friend. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time at the next coffee time. Cheers. Bye.